Good morning, folks. Back in the workshop to proceed with my spoons. Um, the epoxy has cured by now, so I'm going to wipe off loose glitter particles and do a second process of glitter plating. I will not film this because it's pretty much the same than the first process. Only will show you how I'm going to wipe off the excess and do the second layer of glitter plating without the camera. Yesterday I had already tied some trebles with feathers. You know, I told you I do not have much experience with this. I will still do it in front of the camera. I don't know whether I'd find the time for it today. Need some practice with this. I do not have any tying gear, so I'm doing it free-handed. Okay. I'm going to show you now how I wipe off the loose particles of glitter from the spoons, and after proceed with the second plating process without the camera. Alright. Okay, starting out with the copper. So, just wiping off the loose particles from the spoon so that the glitter would not be stuck into the paintbrush and mix colors. If you're doing spoons of only one color of the glitter particles, you may skip this process. But I said before, I do not want differently colored glitter particles on the spoons. So I'm just scraping these ones off. You see, there are not so many loose particles. And now I'm putting them back into the appropriate bin. And that's it. So I will do the rest now without the camera. Okay, I will show you now how I'm doing the hook tying. Don't take this as a tutorial. It's a rather crude method. I'm really not into tying. Okay, first I would apply some glue to the hook shank and wind some sewing thread around it as a base, so to speak. Okay. I'm by all means not into tying hooks. I've prepared some feathers that I would wind on now. I'm just grabbing this thing by the hook eye and make some tight windings around. After, I'll put another feather holding the whole thing by the hook eye and the end of the feather stems, and taking care that I would cover the hook shank from either side. So I don't think I could get into this tying. I do not have any fly tying vise or a bobbin or whatsoever you need for proper work. This is just to decorate my spoons. And now and then I would apply a drop of ordinary household glue where I'm winding the thread around. Of course, you must not touch the rear part of the feathers with your glue fingers. Okay. These feathers here are marabou feathers. Got them in a sales bin. So what I'm really taking care of is to wrap this thing real tight. Okay. Now I'm done with the red feathers that I've selected before. I'm applying some more glue. To the winding and cutting off the thread. And now, before I apply the second layer of feathers and this metallic, what's that called? Sparkle hair, the metallic sparkle hair, I would let the glue dry. So that after it has dried, I would trim off the stems of the feathers around the hook eye. Okay, I'll proceed later. Okay, the glue has sufficiently dried. What I would do now is to cut off the remaining stems of the feathers to have the hook eye free. Glue is not as dry as I have thought. Yeah, if I should get deeper into this tying thing, I should get myself some appropriate gear for it. So one is left. Okay, burn away the little reminders. Alright, now the hook eye is free, so I put this thing back and use my sparkle hair to add some flash to the tight treble. Really not used working with this stuff, is really too finicky for my liking. Just want to gather some strands to cut them off. Because I think it would not be of advantage to cut all of these strands of single okay, some mist. Okay, this one should do. Put this one away. And now I would start to wind the thread around. Okay, put some glue again. Now I know why you need a fly tying vise, as you don't have 3 hands. Okay, and now the second layer of feathers is in order. Hope I'm not getting off focus of the camera. And don't forget, you want to cover the hook shank all around. Not that you would get carried away. Yeah, carried away tying on feathers just on one side. Oops. Guess time for a little glue again. I was inspired for this feather stuff by YouTuber Northern Scripture from Canada. Check out his channel. But I am certainly light years away from his perfection. He's really doing great lures dressed with feathers. Okay. I hope that these would fulfill the purpose of slowing down my spoon's wobble a bit. If not, I would have to think of something else. Maybe attach grubs and use these ones, these feather trebles, for spinners. Okay, we are putting this thing on now. Any free spot? I'll do it here, okay. could have put some more of this sparkling stuff, but as you see, I'm having difficulties of getting it through the eye, and without proper gear I can't fix it one by one. So some more glue. One thing you would have to take care of, not to close the hook eye with the wrapping. You should leave at least half of it open, because this wrappings I would cover with epoxy later, so you need sufficient space on your hook eye for the split ring to pass through. Okay, some more glue, and then this one should be done. The epoxy would provide a good portion of stability to the winding. Okay. Here you see this thing is done. The hook eye is still open. So when I would have wound all these, done all these tying stuff, finish, I would cover all these thread windings with epoxy. Probably trim off the eye, clear off the eye a bit more, and well, my humble trials on tying feather tails. I must do 16 hooks all together for 16 spoons. Hope they would work out. So I told you, leave this eye free for the split ring to pass through. And one more thing is, do not use bronzed hooks. Use chromed ones or nickel plated ones, because after the use of your lure, this feather stuff will keep moisture for quite a while, and you don't want to rust your hooks to rust away that fast. This is why you should always go for chromed or nickel plated hooks, stainless hooks. Yeah, that's one more thing I wanted to tell you. Okay, I will do some more without the camera. Don't be too hard with me. I really do not know how to tie such things properly, and also I do not have any fly tying gear, but I guess the fish would not care. Okay folks, this was part 3 of my little video series. I'm going upstairs now. The missus asked me to come up, and maybe later I'll get back here to tie some more hooks. Today I've got to go to bed very early, because the Christmas season, Christmas holiday is over for me. I'm gotta go back to work. I'm working weekend shifts only, so you might not hear from me for the next days, cause Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, Mondays always tight for me. Don't have much time, and I would also be tired, but I will definitely proceed with this little video series. I've done some hooks before. This is really going to look cool, I think. Hope it's gonna work out the way I've planned. This one is for this spoon. They are going to look very nice. Of course, these feather trebles would decrease the casting performance, but I'm very sure these would be lures local pike would never have seen before. Okay people, I'm gonna be back next week. Hope you tune back in. Goodbye.